what's equally monumental, what Lamar Jackson did. Chase, obviously, you know he's a bad man. You're the quarterback. What did Lamar prove to you?
Well, the first thing that he could beat the Steelers. He was 1-4 going into the game against the Steelers. This was a must-win. Now, the Steelers still own the tiebreaker between them and the Ravens, but going into the last 2 weeks of the season, now we got some intrigue. Now we got stuff to talk about. The other thing is he's proven to me, and not even to me, he's proven to the world that he is that dude. And he's throwing the football better than I've ever seen him throw the football in my entire career, in his whole career. 40 total touchdowns, 37 passing, 4 interceptions. Make it make sense. Like this season has just been astronomical in the growth of him as a passer. Not only, obviously, he's shown he can do it on the ground, but when he does it through the air, I just think it brings a completely different dimension to that offense. It makes them scary. Now, I knew they struggled a little bit early, middle of the year, trying to sort of find their identity. And it was Derrick Henry in the middle of the year, for me, that made Lamar Jackson what he is today. Derrick Henry is still great. But Lamar, you see him time and time again, taking over these football games with his arm. It's something we haven't seen consistently in his entire career. The growth of him as a quarterback, insane. And I know we're going to get into it, but he's right back in the thick of the MVP race, too.
Yeah, I was waiting for this topic because Lamar Jackson is so special. I don't think we even know how special he really is. Even all the old MVPs he ain't look like this.
No. Ever.
And to answer the question, what's it prove with Lamar Jackson, the way he's playing right now? He's playing that. He's proven that. He's changing the narrative. Because even before this year, even with the MVPs, it's still, well, you know, he can run really well. You know, he's having issues still with passing. You all hear the little whispers, right? Now it's none of that. He's throwing the ball. He's running the ball. Everything's at elite level. He has career highs with everything. Career high, 3,700 yards passing. Career high, 37 passing touchdowns. Career high, 67.9 completion percentage.
That's a big one, too.
Career high with passing rating, 120 passing rating.
Almost in
history. And he beat some top teams. The freaking Bills, the Steelers, the Chargers, the Broncos, the Bengals twice. Lamar is here to stay. And I think the best thing is that we're not going to talk about, but I am today, is that any young kid growing up in the hood that their game can't translate as far as you want to, their style of play is you want to run first before passing, you can always get better. Yeah. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, look at Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Yo, I remember watching him in high school with tapes. He was on the same thing. Yeah. This can't translate to the NFL. Go to Louisville. Kind of the same way. Yeah. Okay. Are we going to draft in the first round? Okay, he's going to be a running back. He should be a wide receiver. Now you see him? Yeah. Look like the best quarterback in football. So, yes, Lamar Jackson is the real deal.
Yeah. You know,
I love it, man.
One thing that I was always worried about with Lamar is we wasn't going to be able to experience this for a long period of time the way he was playing football, and that's being a runner. Because at one point, being a runner at the quarterback spot, it's like, dang, how long can they play? Can't play like a Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning, you know what I mean, into their 40s or high 30s. I am truly, truly happy right now because the way he's playing football, in the pocket and outside, my man could play well into his high 30s, playing at an extremely high level. That is what he is proving right now. We know he's an electrifying runner and all that outside the pocket. Now he's showing you that he can throw the ball with the best of them. And I'm not even just talking about the wide open throws. I'm talking about ball got to be here. Yeah. It's going to be there. Ball got to be there. It's going to be there. And through the season, Lamar has showed you his arm talent is special as well. Yeah. Lamar Jackson is a special football player. He's playing MVP football right now. I know we talked about punting the kid away, which is crazy, but he's playing MVP football right now. He's throwing the ball with the best of them. His team is winning. We all know he can run the ball. We are going to get to see Lamar Jackson play football for a very long time because of the way he has improved standing in that pocket, throwing this ball.
Hey, speaking of seeing Lamar Jackson, I want to show y'all one particular thing, and I want to see y'all's faces as we do it too. Because Lamar Jackson from the tape, Colvin, going to do it sitting here at the desk. Lamar Jackson from the pocket, I think, has proven that he's now gotten to a point of being elite. Let me know when y'all are ready. I think he's now gotten to the point of being elite. So, Chase, obviously the pocket is clean. The first thing I want everybody to look at Lamar Jackson's pump fake, and when you see his pump fake, watch what it does to that individual. Eyes on Lamar Jackson, and then eyes on the cornerback. They're in a two high look, so that safety's just going to roll at half the field. Watch the pump. Boom. Soon as you see the pump, that manipulates the corner to come up and press. What he does is he creates a vacant window now to throw the ball right in there. So now, Lamar, you just hit the pump. So you got rid of the cloud corner, and then you got to throw, like James Jones said, a strike. You got to throw a dot. But what I love about the play is the manipulation, because if you understand the defense and if you understand that you're in a too-high look, it's going to be an invert. It's going to be an invert look, excuse me. So he's going to roll to half the field. He's going to roll to half the field. Corner's going to cloud that boundary. If you understand what look they're in, now, Lamar, can you manipulate the look? Boom. Pump fake, pump fake. You get the corner to sprint forward. Now all you have to do, you have to put the ball in a place that this defensive back cannot get to it. Yep. And in the pocket, like Chase and James and Shady have alluded to, the pocket is clean. Yep. This has nothing to do with his running ability. He throws an absolute dot, touchdown rate.
To me, go back real quick. To me, this just proves, it's okay, we don't need to call them. To me, it just proves that, like, when you manipulate guys, you have a plan pre-snap for that. To me, he went out of the huddle and said, hey, if I get covered 2, here's what I'm doing. I'm not taking the easy completion. I'm not trying to take the corner back to the corner route. I'm trying to pump down here pre-snap. That wasn't like a reaction. He had it in his mind. If I get covered 2, I'm going to pump it. And then to make the throw, to your point, the arm talent, one of those throws, especially in the red zones, those balls have to be up and down quickly. You have to have zip on it, especially to the sideline. He put it in a perfect spot. And I love him thinking outside the box, like, I'm going to do this pre-snap and then actually go out there and do it.
And not only that, though, like, a couple years ago, I know a lot of receivers be like, man, Lamar Jackson's special, but I don't want to go over there. Right? Because he running. He ain't really throwing the ball in the pocket and all that type of stuff. Got to be wide open. Lamar Jackson is doing what the elite passers do, and that's making his receivers look good. People always used to tell me, man, you playing Darrelle Reeves, you playing It don't matter. They going to be right on me, dog. They faster than me. They stay smart. 12 finna put that ball only where I can get it. You know, and that is what Lamar is doing right now. Bateman and Zay Flowers and them boys marking, he is putting the football in spots to where only they can get it, and they really never cover. And he can run.
Now, as much as we're praising Lamar Jackson, it's crazy to say that he might not be the MVP favorite. A lot of talk. Saquon Barkley still has the potential to break Eric Dickerson's record. Just needs to average 140 yards, I believe, over the next 2 weeks. Beyond that, Josh Allen has been absolutely phenomenal as well. His team, 12-3, second best team in the AFC. You see the totals there. Josh Allen, 37 total touchdowns, 4,000 yards, 100 passer rating. Lamar Jackson, 4,500 yards, 40 total touchdowns, 120 passer rating. Lamar, obviously, 2 additional losses. On the far end, you see Saquon Barkley. He has 2,100 scrimmage yards already, 1,800 rushing yards already, and he needs 268 yards, if my math stands correct, 134 yards per game over the next 2 games to break a record set in 1984. Shady, starting with you, because you played with Josh Allen. You played for the Philadelphia Eagles, but you love Lamar Jackson.
I love Lamar.
So you were tethered to all of these candidates with your own bias.
So true.
So now you actually will answer the question probably most honestly. Who is winning the MVP right now, Shade? It's the most important question we're going to ask this week.
Like you said, Saquon, my young boy Eagles, I'm rocking with them. And then you got Lamar Jackson, who's just, I just love his game since day one. And then Josh Allen is one of my favorites. That's my young boy. I watched him grow as a rookie to a superstar. I'm going with Josh Allen, though, right? You know, I was thinking about this, man, like, how can I really make this argument? And I remember playing a game, and I'm on the field, right? And a defender, a linebacker, a defensive end, a nose guard, a really good safety, right? I'm going to know who these guys are. When you play the Buffalo Bills, you're going to know Josh Allen, you're going to know James Cook. Who else? Who else? You're going to know Coop, because what Coop's done in his career. But he ain't even really dominating like that. So if you, I mean, them guys, they emerge and they get in there. I mean, you ain't putting a whole big circle on them in the defensive room. So as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yo, it got to be Josh. How the hell are you having this type of year with that type of supporting cast on offense? We don't even know the guy's names. Special team dudes?
Matt Collins.
So when I think about it, right, because Lamar, as well as he's playing, he do have Derrick Henry. He do got some first-round draft picks. He do got a guy like Zay Flowers, who's super nice. Mark Andrews. He got some players. Rashad Bateman. He got some guys. Right, Saquon. He's full of that whole team is legit. But when I think about Josh Allen, the Bills, Acho, playing the game, right, I'm going to be saying, yo, hey, man, why you ain't block number 25 or 26? Who's that? I don't know his name, but you get what I'm saying? But the Bills is like, I don't know these guys. So I got to give the Josh Allen, because you have to doing this with guys that we don't even know who they even are.
Yeah.
Practice squad dudes. Like, come on, man.
Come on, Jay.
Oh, yeah, we're looking at you.
MVP is Lamar Action Jackson.
That's not a wrong answer either.
And you can't go wrong with either of them, man. Both of them look like Superman.
Yep.
We just seen the stats. Lamar Jackson is he's on pace to have the best passer rating in NFL history. We talk about Aaron Rodgers and we talk about Peyton Manning. When you say those two names, you think of special throwers of the football, elite arm talent, right? He's about to break that or can break that.
Yep.
40-plus touchdowns, and there's 2 games left in the season. Beat Josh Allen, dominated Josh Allen head-to-head. Is on pace now to win the division. He plays the Texans, could win.
He gonna win.
The Steelers play the Kansas City Chiefs. They can lose, and Lamar Jackson can win the division. So beat Josh, both won the division, stats better than Josh Allen, and they both look like Superman. I cannot go away from Lamar Jackson just because Josh Allen has 1 or 2 more wins. I can't do that. If you asking me, Lamar Jackson right now is the MVP of the National Football League. He looked like Superman, gonna win the division, all them stats, passer rating way up there. He's an elite football player. And Josh is playing at an elite level too, so it really is no wrong, but I'm taking
real quick,
Lamar Jackson.
Any factors of like you playing with anybody?
That does play a factor to me
because
too.
Because everybody, real quick before you go, all the players on Josh Allen's offensive team, do they start? Because they're not starting anywhere, though. They're not even going to start nowhere else other than the Bills. But do they even play, though?
Yeah.
It's definitely a better
Josh
test.
having a good year. I just can't.
Lamar has 2 MVPs. It's time to give Josh his, man. Like 2 other losses. I think Josh Allen wins MVP this year. And I said up here and I said last week, I said, all Josh Allen needs to do is not lose. He just needs to win 2 of the next 3. And if KC potentially wins on Christmas Day, the Bills will be resting their starters in Week 18. So Josh Allen, for all intents and purposes, has 1 more game to win, to prove he's got it, and I get it. Like, this is not at all saying Lamar's not playing well, because we just heard what we just said about Lamar. I just think he's done too much with so much less that it's just so hard not to see it and hear it. I think he wins MVP.
I don't take this question lightly, because questions like these,
you
cannot. They dictate history.
Legacy.
Legacy.
No doubt.
They dictate history. We talk about the greats, the LeBron James, the Michael Jordans, the Tom Brady, the Peyton Manning. How many MVPs did they win? Like, these are conversations that kids will be having in classrooms in 2050 and 2060 and 2070 and 2080. Like, these are huge, important conversations. Josh Allen is the MVP for me. I will give you my reasoning as to why. Lamar Jackson, if it was thin, razor thin, he won head-to-head. So Lamar Jackson advantage there. But Josh Allen has 2 less losses than Lamar Jackson. So to me, that neutralizes the fact that Lamar Jackson won head-to-head, because Lamar Jackson also lost to the Raiders very early in the season. And if I'm not mistaken, Lamar Jackson lost another game week 2 that he should not have lost. So that neutralizes a head-to-head factor. So now I'm looking at what else. Simply put, Josh Allen has to do just as much, if not more, with less. I was rewatching the Ravens game last night, and there were moments in time, if not the majority of the time, where I asked myself, who's the best player on the Ravens offense? I mean, make no mistake about it, Derrick Henry rushed for 120-plus yards in that game. I'm sitting there watching this game, and I'm saying, the Ravens offense has 2 Hall of Famers. The Bills offense, it just has Josh Allen. So if there has to be a differentiating factor for me, I'm going advantage Josh Allen, because he is doing just as much, if not more, from a team collective win perspective with less. Lamar's a superstar, Josh is a superstar, but if something has to be the difference maker, what Josh Allen is doing with whom he is doing it with is what separates it.
So could you imagine a world, though, because I'm going to make the case a little bit for Lamar. Could you imagine, I agree with you, obviously. Could you imagine a world where the next 2 games, Lamar averages 4 touchdowns a game? Lamar would end the season with 48 total touchdowns,
5,000
4
yards.
interceptions.
5,000 yards.
And he doesn't win the MVP. And I'm thinking, like, that's crazy, but I think it just speaks to the volumes of what Josh has been able to do with less. It's just that could happen. And then we're going to be sitting up here saying 48 total touchdowns. You only turn the ball over 4 times, and you're second in MVP voting.
I just hate that we punishing Lamar because of his weapons, though, to win that.
But that matters, though. Because before the year started, nobody had him in the MVP conversation. Josh Allen?
No.
Nobody had the Bills.
I thought a lot of people had Josh in.
I didn't think
because of what.
Okay, well, what about the Bills winning the division? What about the Bills being a 10 wins? Nobody had them
about
there.
the Jets or something.
Yo, some of the wide receivers, I'm thinking, like, what are they going to do here? You depend on a second-round draft pick from Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
And then Shakur, like, I mean, come on. Am I watching this? Are y'all watching the same game?
I'm watching it.
I watched Zay Flowers. Now, Lamar Jackson's playing phenomenal, so I'm not taking nothing from Lamar. But Zay Flowers himself is like
legit.
Oh, my God. Making guys miss. He gets the ball. He's electrifying. These other dudes,
Zay could play.
you need Josh Allen to extend the play and all this crazy stuff for them to get open. Who are we talking about here, though? Yeah. I don't even know. Number 13, I still don't even know his name. The dude that walks with no shoes, what's his name?
Mac Hollins.
Let me write that down.
Team.
What's his name?
Mac, M-A-C-K.
Oh, Mac.
Yeah.
Mac Hollins.
H-O-L-L.
Hollins.
I-N-S.
Okay, so Shakur, I know him. Okay, who else we got there? Like, who they got, though? Imagine playing the Bills and I'm on defense. I don't know them dudes' name, but if I play against Ravens, hey, make sure watch Zay Flowers, though. Get Derrick Henry. You get what I'm saying? Like, that matters, though, James. That matters, though.
That's why. Go ahead, Jay.
That matters, though, bro. Matt Collins. Matt Collins.
It's hard because we like pick and choose when we want to use that again. So basically, we saying if a running back has a good offensive line, we docking them for that, for getting more yards than certain players. Like,
right.
no.
So it don't matter, though, right? So it don't matter.
I'm just saying, when does the stats kick in, MVP voter? Because you won head-to-head. You could win the division. You possibly could have 48-4. And you about to break the passer rating in NFL history. That is possible. And you're going to have more stats than the dude that's going to win the MVP. You got way more rushing and you got way more passing. And you have more touchdowns. When does that kick in? Because you said 2 losses is where you... But when do the stats and all that kick in?
The biggest thing is who you're doing it with. Now, again, what I love about both being a voter in the history, which is why I don't think there's anything wrong with this conversation. Everything James doing, I'm not upset. Because I'm like, hey, everything James is saying is true.
It's so true.
There are some voters that didn't play football at all, and they're just pure analytical nerds. And they probably look exclusively at stats. But because I played the game, I played against LeSean McCoy, I played at a high level collegiately, I played in the NFL for 4 years and watched people play, I understand how significant your supporting cast is. So I have to factor that into how I look at things. If you don't factor that in, that's your prerogative. But like Shady says, I understand as a defender, game planning against the Baltimore Ravens is significantly harder than game planning against the Bills. Because the Baltimore Ravens, what do you do with Derrick Henry? You have to bring another person into the box. Well, you freaking can't. Because they got Zay Flowers, who's 4'3", and they got Bateman, who's 4'3" on the outside. And they also have 2 tight ends that are legit players. Mark Andrews has a franchise record. So what do you do there? If Lamar Jackson chooses to pull it, you can't necessarily have the defensive end stay flat-footed because Derrick Henry will keep it and go one-on-one with the backer. Against the Bills, all that stuff is out the window. All that stuff is out the window.
I will say there's 2 things real quick. Frank Gore is one of my best friends, right? And we know his work, his resume. And I remember, like, year 8, he finally gave my credit. Yeah. I said, dog, why you wait so long to give my credit? I was led the league in rushing, all these different things. He said, yeah, because you did it with the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm like, what's that mean? He said, yo, you had everything you need. You have really good offensive line, you had a good quarterback, you had all these good weapons and wide receivers. He said, then you go to Buffalo, they have nothing, and you still was balling out. That's when I gave you your credit. I want to give you the same scenario, though. You love to talk about Aaron Rodgers and how good he is, right? And all the weapons he had, even though he was the man, he had a lot of good wide receivers, though, that we love, right? If you take Aaron Rodgers, though, and you put him with the Bills, with these type of guys, wide receivers and et cetera.
He gonna ball.
But that's what makes you so valuable. So when you say what's the MVP, the most valuable player, I could put you on any team, yo, and you gonna give me these type of numbers?
But that's the thing
that's crazy,
that's
James.
the thing we can't say with Lamar, though. We can plug Lamar on any team and they're gonna have success. That's why I'm like, this is so hard too, because we're talking about Lamar like he might be like a average quarterback,
We're not saying that.
No. But because you keep on bringing up with less. I truly feel like Lamar can win with anybody. He's just winning with these dudes that's on the Baltimore Ravens that they brought over. But he's not a quarterback that needs everything to be perfect.
But here is what we know. We've seen Lamar with less, and he didn't put up these same numbers.
Lamar has 2 MVPs with less, we can say.
No doubt about it. But he already has more passing touchdowns through 16 weeks than he's ever had in a season, and he has a higher passer rating than he's ever had in a season. So we can contextualize the fact that Lamar is playing better than ever, and he has more than ever.
He got Derrick Henry.
It is fair, James, to say that Derrick Henry has helped Lamar Jackson. Again, if you choose that, I'm not mad at it, but I contextualize. Emmitt Smith is the all-time rushing leader. I don't think he's the best running back.
Oh, wow.
I don't. He had the Larry Allens up there. And I'm just being honest. Like, I don't think he is. What made Aaron Rodgers so great, sorry we're staying on this conversation so long, is because at least me as a defender, with all due respect to you, James Jones, I always said, Rodgers never had no first-round receivers now. Now, them receivers is cold, but I never knew how good they were without them. James Jones, I think, a third-round receiver. Randall Cobb, like a second-round receiver. Jordy Nelson, a second-round receiver. Who else?
Second's cool, though. Second
is cool.
Jermichael Finley, third.
But I'm simply suggesting, like, it's not like we ever saw Aaron Rodgers with a top-5 pick. He just made James Jones and made Devontae Smith and now all these people went on to do great things. But that, to me, is what said, yo, Rodgers, you like that. So when I see Josh Allen take a special teams player, Matt Collins, who's been on 4 different teams in 4 different years, to leading the team in receiving touchdowns.
My last thing is we acting like we're not seeing Lamar Jackson look like Superman, though, even with all these
weapons. They both look like Superman.
No, but that's what I'm saying, though. I feel like we're taking away from how special he's looking just because the people around him. He running, too.
But wait, so before we leave this, I know we got to go, but so do you not like recognize like what Josh doing?
Josh is...
But no, what I'm saying, does it matter the players he's doing it with? Do you care about that?
Josh is playing special elite football right now, but they look the same, though.
They look the same, but I'm asking, do you care who Josh is doing it with? Do you care about that or no?
I do care. And that's why I feel like...
So if they both look like Superman and he's doing it with
But what I'm saying is I feel like you can drop Lamar in Buffalo, too, and they have success because they both special like that. That's what I'm saying.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.